And there it is. So we've got, interesting, it's Teska and Olgrim coming out from Vem, Tequila, and Wess. Here we go, game number 1. So not quite a mirror matchup that we saw previously, and a little bit of a mix-up here where we got a little bit of EU's meta and South America's playstyle into its own little unique combination of the team.
Getting started with game number 1, Vem, Tequila already getting a couple of big hits on to Raydish there. Okay, trying to go for something already really, really huge. Getting with punish now, both blue team members having to find their way back onto the stage. Just already knocked out there, taking so much damage, even though it's pretty even across the board at the moment.
Oh, the Sarah gets the Sarah follow-up right afterwards as well. And Vem Tequila actually gets that knockout off of that. The boot sider grabbing both of them, and then the neutral sync coming out from Vem as well. Barely not knocking out Raydish, but a great lead for the blue team starting out here. And then Vem was already getting ready to do a jump pivot, gravity cancel sidelight off of that combo starter coming out from Wess.
Oh, and MegD finishing off with that side sig as well, dealing so much damage. Vem Tequila knocked down to a second stock. Wess and Raydish stock tanking for each of their teams respectively, but you have to take a look at how much damage MegD already has. That is pretty scary.
Whoa.
But MegD almost got knocked out.
Yeah, from the body slam coming out from Wess. Wess is going to end up going down, but you're right, the damage onto MegD was something that I completely disregarded. And look at that, so much damage coming through. Sidelight side air. He tried to catch him with a chump check there. MegD dodges out of the way, but that side air didn't combo out of anything. He just caught MegD trying to go to that side plant, and he's down to 1 stock already.
That was hilarious. He actually just went for like the boots neutral light. I was like, wow, you think he could win punish this? And then his teammate immediately behind him dashes in against that side light. Right? That was like such a little cute maneuver there. And now at the moment, we gotta take a look at the fact that Raydish is 3 stocks, MegD is at 1 stock. This might be a problem for that team really soon.
Raydish just went down to his second stock after MegD saved him with a weapon throw from the strong hit coming out from Wess. Vem, Tequila, and Wess now both 2 stocks apiece. 4 stocks to 3. Wess has Raydish on the right side of the stage. Let's see if he can get that stock. Instead, goes back over to help his teammate against MegD.
They keep doing these switch outs. It's always Wess in the front and then Vem Tequila behind her, and then they just switch their positions. Oh. And oh my gosh, taking him all the way off the top, but then so will Wess follow, and now all of a sudden it is Vem Tequila who is leading in stock, sitting at 2. Wess nice and healthy. MegD is the current weak link in terms of damage for the red team.
He is the weak link, but if Vem Tequila goes down here, they could get the team combo to Wess, and all of a sudden that could be a 1v2, so really the game could go either way until that whoever loses their last stock first is going to definitely guarantee that the game goes the other way. MegD tries to go to the side, but that was actually just too much knockback onto Vem Tequila to get the follow-up and too little onto Wess.
If I'm MegD, I'm playing back. I'm playing patient because I need to stay in the game, and Vem Tequila is trying to take him out of it as quick as he can, going through that super committal ground pound, the recovery from all the way below, able to take out that stock, and now Wess running away, trying to buy as much time as he can.
And then Raydish goes for the chase on directly up, goes for the nair, but Vem takes down MegD in the meantime, and Raydish's gamble doesn't pay off. Team combo, the D-Light ground pound, and Wess misses the D-Light sider onto Raydish. Raydish goes off the side of the stage and does not dodge the backswing of that down signature. Now put in a deep orange. Raydish has to fight this 1v2 against Vem and Wess.
Especially when you got to come back onto the stage like that, it is so difficult. Vem Tequila able to get a couple of down airs, looking for the final one. Raydish, okay, recovering back on. The recovery does come out though, and that is going to be game number 1.
All right, Wess just actually stayed back and said, all right, Vem Tequila, you got this. And he actually gets 2 or 3 down airs there into that recovery, takes him off the top of the stage, and they're looking very confident going into this game number 2. And that was a lot more solid gameplay coming out from Wess and Vem than I was expecting. I actually think that their playstyle is so volatile that MegD and Raydish are having difficulty stabilizing, like getting any of their combo starters that we saw them get so many times against Boomy and Sandstorm, because they just have no idea how to keep them still.
Yeah, what I really love about what they're doing is they're always constantly behind each other, so that whenever one of them whips a move or is like edge guarding somebody else, the other one just immediately comes in preemptively, not even on a reaction to get a counter hit, but just to continue to threat in that space. We're opening off game 2 pretty aggressively. Raydish already into the yellow, taking a lot of damage. Vem Tequila trying to get something started with these neutralers. Doesn't get anything quite yet, has to find a way to get back onto the stage.
Oh, there comes through. Wess is trying to get that gravity cancel downlight to send Raydish off the top of the stage. We saw one of those really early boots knockouts in the previous game, and they're probably going to be going for them even more here. Wess gets a combo starter. Vem does get the sidelight nair. The recovery charge a little
so
too long.
Close. But that was such a good idea. But you know what? At the end of the day, damage is damage. Raydish gets knocked back so far that they're able to get that team combo onto MegD. Now focusing back onto Raydish for a second. Wess gets thrown off stage. The interruption.
Oh, that's huge. That spike would have been so brutal, but the Sarah comes through, and he ends up holding onto his teammate's stock a little bit longer. Backswing of the ground pound from Vem actually catches Wess off guard, but he makes it back, picks up the boots. boots, and now they have two separate 1v1s on the other side of the stage. Raydish knocks him off the side, team combo onto Vamp, and the weapon throw from Wess actually stops them from finishing off the stock, and he comes right in for the first stock on that side, taking the ground pound released on reaction to the spot dodge, so that you still got the connection animation. Hits him at the very end of that, so the spot dodge couldn't dodge it. That was amazing. Wess
really
is
simply
so
put,
good.
the dynamic and the synergy between Wess and Vem10kilo is actually just a flow state. They're playing so well off of each other at this moment. Vem10kilo finally losing his first stock. Wess is going to be soon to follow as well, 2 stocks apiece, but Raydish is now quite behind in terms of damage. Already deep into the orange, taking even more at this point. I love what is happening with Wess and Vem10kilo. They're playing beautifully.
And now Raydish and Wess are actually on the other side of the stage trying to posture up with their own boot sider combo starter, and they both got it at the same time, so their teammates weren't able to follow up. They're trying to battle for center stage right now, and MegD and Raydish are winning out. Down that side air, onto one. Wess getting juggled by Nares on the other side, and Raydish and MegD have a pretty good situation going on right now until that accidental pivot comes in for some friendly fire, and MegD takes some damage.
Oh, Pev was looking for something huge, didn't actually find it. Goes in there with the neutral to interrupt and discourage MegD. Raydish wanted to get the follow-up, and he was interrupted with the Lance neutral, right? So saving his teammate from a damage. And oh my. Okay, that's going to be 1 stock on. Wess getting the sider. I'm surprised there was no punish with Raydish.
Yeah, that was really surprising indeed. Raydish does end up going down afterwards. Wess gets that combo, includes Vem and says, you're going for that same ride. Vem goes off for the edge guard here, doesn't get the down air or the ground pound, and MegD actually gets a recovery nair before picking up the gauntlet, so he gets that extra credit damage, makes it back to the stage, and
he did it again.
He did it again.
Vem10kilo was behind and went for the preemptive dash and sidelight to try and discourage anybody from punishing his teammate. That time around, he wasn't so lucky. Wess did lose his stock, and MegD is leading in terms of stocks, holding on to 2 of them, back down to the ground, looking for the neutral, gets the recovery. Vem10kilo is bleeding.
Yeah, the neutral light into ground pound comes through. The ground pound from Vem actually catches Raydish, and Raydish has to go down. MegD tries to save him, but he recovers him into Wess's ground pound, and that's going to be the stock. MegD gets the neutral signal onto Vem10kilo, and now it's a 1v1 between Wess and MegD. MegD trying to get back to the stage, and if Wess can get the stock here, it is a completely even game 2. There it is. Okay, Wess could make this 1v2 happen and bring it to match point, Dara.
Yeah, it's quite likely. Boots on hand now. Let's see if he'll be able to start with MegD of any weapons, but nope, that weapon spawn just going to come in, picking up the spear now, and now we finally have a proper 1v1. We have not had this in the last set at all, so I'm quite excited to see this happening now.
Oh, Nares are keeping MegD on the side flat here. Let's see what MegD is able to do in this situation. Dash jumping around, trying to avoid those boots down. Nice combo opener. Weapon throwing to pick up gauntlets, gets the sidelight right afterwards into the recovery. The Nair catches him on the platform, and gravity cancel end light means a ton of damage coming onto Wess's last stock. Sair dodged out of the way, but that side air connects as he goes for the landing, and this has been all MegD so far in this stock.
Okay, MegD able to get that recovery, waiting. Wess using up that dodge, now finally getting it back, comes back in, able to get that ground pound, coming back out then for another one, doesn't find it that time around, and he committed off stage, but MegD not able to get to 50-50. Wess coming back on.
That dash land into pivot sidelight was so crazy. Wess ended up getting a combo start, but MegD gets that sidelight recovery, and one more of those would knock him out. He's trying to try. Okay, so gravity cancel downline and recovery here would be fantastic. Goes for the sidelight recovery instead, and he says, Wess, you're not dodging. MegD gets the win, and a little bit of a sigh of relief there at the end, where it's rare for me to be able to see any emotion on MegD's face after something like that, and Wess is just kind of like, man, that was brutal. And so going into game 2 now, it's 1-1 between these two teams.
That was not how I expected this game 2 to go. It seemed like with the kind of opening that Wess and Vem10kilo had, that was going to be just them.
Yeah, and then after MegD and Raydish were able to get that edge guard, right? Being that 1v2 coming out from Wess, where it was like he's stuck in the 1v2, but he had complete control over the match, took 2 stocks. I was like, okay, he's got a 1v1 against MegD, but then again, it's a 1v1 against MegD, who's been top 3 in NA for like the past 2 years, right? That's going to be a really, really tough match to play against. And if there's somebody who has a lot of boots experience, it's the guy that's teaming with the guy that's playing boots the best in North America right now, right? MegD and Raydish are sparring all the time, so he ends up doing really well in that matchup. And Wess, well, he's got to adjust going into games 3 and beyond.
Yeah, the only thing was like at the end, he got like the same like sidelight recovery, just like caught him not dodging at all when he had a dodge available to him. So maybe he was just trying to go for like the same mix-up just to see, like, just in case, like, hey, I want to see what you're covering at this point. What do you think like was the thought process?
I mean, it's the rock paper scissors game of dodging or jumping or doing nothing out of a gauntlet sidelight.
And he did pay blue
really,
twice.
Really tough to play, right? And so something that can happen is that players will see you not dodge the first time out of sidelight recovery, but because they hit sidelight recovery, they're going to be like, this time you're going to dodge. So they'll like wait and then gravity cancel sidelight recovery. And MegD was just kind of like, nah, you're going to do the same thing. And he ends up having that happening. And now we're going into game number 3 with a tied a score line on the set and a change of scenery to Fortress of Lions.
We'll see what's going to happen this time around. Already MegD able to get that down, and that neutral got. That neutral is so huge when you're able to pivot it. But that being said, we have to focus on Raydish. Wess and then 10kg. They were just able to take full advantage of that situation. Already knocked down to his second stock, only 30 seconds in. That is not the kind of an opening that you want.
Yeah, getting hit by 2 axe recoveries and losing your stock is pretty brutal. Now everybody off stage, actually. So many revenge hits here. Ends up hitting the weapon out of MegD's hands. Wess, can he make it back?
I cannot believe that Wess got out of it before MegD even connected the ground pound. He was able to touch the side of the stage and come back on and gets the neutral as well, almost getting the reversal. Wess is a demon off stage.
Yes.
You cannot edge guard him easily at all.
Yeah, he ends up just turning into a lot of damage for his own team, in fact. And then Vem was able to cover his recovery back to the stage by using that down signature, saying get off of me, goes over the down. Okay, the side stick gets punished by the side stick of Teska. Only that one has enough force to be able to knock out. Edge guard from MegD, gets the ground pound into Vem. Can he make it back? He's still getting hit. Double edge guard from MegD. They get the chase dodge from the Nair, but then the ground pound comes in from Raydish, and that's going to be the stock from Vem 10kg into the neutral stick from Wess. It's still an edge guard, and finally they come out with only the Teskas coming out alive. Whoa. You're a little speechless from that, but we still have the rest of the game going on here because the team combo starts off from Wess.
Yeah, they're not slowing down. The players don't even have the privilege of just like slowing down and taking a second to process everything that's happened to them. That's for later. That's for therapy. Right now, you just have to focus on what's in front of you. And at the moment, Wess going out there. Vem 10kg coming back onto the stage safely. So does Raydish, thankfully.
Side stick barrels through. MegD goes to the Nair onto Vem. That slider does connect with Raydish, and he goes down to 1 stock. That's going to be the shutdown there. And Wess accidentally stops Vem from getting that combo starter in the Lance end light. So MegD holds on a little bit longer than he might be expecting. The side stick's trying to snipe him, and because the down tick caught one, the blast hits his teammate, and that's a double knockout coming from MegD with 1 signature attack.
What do we even say about this game anymore at this point?
Down tick comes through, side stick into neutral signature, using every single signature in the kit, and that's going to be the win for MegD and Raydish, and what was the most phenomenal team combo of the weekend.
Yeah, that was sick. That was so cool. Okay. Going into the next game, that entire offstage sequence is basically what defined the pace of the second half of the game, right? That was the inflection point of this entire game.
I was trying, but I was like, what is going on here?
There was a lot of ways that could have happened. There was a lot of ways, and it just so happened that it was not too favorable for the blue team.
Like 8 sequences of saving your teammate while hitting your opponent, while saving your teammate while hitting your opponent. Yeah.
MegD was crazy.
I can't believe MegD actually, well, he didn't end up coming out on top on that, but because of what he did, it turned it into a situation where it was 1 stock for 1, where that looked like it was going to be red team just going down 2 stocks, right? Like the fact that Vem 10kg went down at all during that scenario was remarkable to me. And then
blue team kept saving each other. They kept getting each other back, and MegD had so much persistence when it came to being off stage. He actually just did not let go. He was not going to let that slide.
Yeah, and then at the very end, speaking of not letting that slide, they were kind of like, yeah, we're not happy with what happened off stage here. So then we're gonna use 4 signatures during this team combo to get that side stick into the neutral signature dunk coming out from Raydish. And so now we've got match points. Wess and Vem 10kg down 2-1 against MegD and Raydish, who could potentially get to the elimination side of top 4 if they're able to win 1 more game. Here we go, game number 4.
Okay, at the moment, Vem 10kg patrolling the ground, looking for that neutral, and MegD, excellent interruption with the recovery. Raydish coming back down with the neutral. Wess not able to get the down, able to pop out a quick combo. They keep interrupting each other. Nobody is being allowed to actually finish their sentences.
Oh, the side stick comes through, and that's going to be the first one that actually gets some punctuation there. MegD going up the left side of the stage, and the side stick coming out from the blue team means that's going to be 6 stocks to 4. Wess and Vem 10kg are putting on the pressure after that loss in the previous game. They realize what's at stake here, and they're playing like it. Double recovery from Raydish, though, will disarm Vem, and that could be the edge guard there. His jumps are low.
And look how scared Vem 10kg is. He is drifting all the way to the right side. He does not want to be anywhere near MegD when it comes to being off stage, and now has to find a way to get back on. Lance in hand. Wess not going to be able to save him. Raydish, that is the beauty of boots, is that you can basically take somebody, and then you get to take them for a ride, you get to put them off stage, and there is nothing that their teammate can actually do about it.
Yeah, the recovery there was a really smart choice, because if he went for the sider, he may have been held in place too long, and his teammate would have been able to follow up. He's like, you know what, I have enough damage that even though Sair technically knocks out easier here, I'm going to go for the recovery there to be able to get that distance and reposition. Still gets the knockout, gets a ton of damage, and then holds on to that stock. It's now 4 stocks to 4, and that team combo into MegD brings him to orange already. And just the hitbox from being able to whirl him around to the other side covers his back there, but the down stick from Raydish will take him away from saving
Vem is mad. That is so funny. I love MegD's decision-making off stage because every single time he's always like, no, I'm not going to prioritize coming back onto the stage safely. I'm going to try to get this down in. I want the spike. It doesn't work out.
I think it would have worked out if Raydish didn't downstick Wess away, because Wess was going for the follow-up. The double knockout coming out there. That's brutal. And now Raydish and MegD are both. And they just have to take 2 more stocks to be able to get in the top 4 here. Wess and Kilo backs against the wall. They have to get a team combo here onto MegD and then immediately finish off the stock onto Raydish, or vice versa, to be able to have a chance here.
Okay, that was big. That was the biggest bait I've ever seen in my life, and Kilo just coming in with the lands. Didn't actually find the closing.
No.
They're eating so much damage.
It might
this
be
lead
too
is
much.
slipping away.
They had to be able to get these stocks right away here. Otherwise, Raydish and MegD have just got us in the bag. Ground pound comes through. Raydish reversals into ground pound, dare ground pound, and that's it. The stock onto Wess, the dare onto Kilo. Doesn't get in the way of the recovery, but Raydish is still holding on and with this phenomenal edge guard. That neutral sync will take down his teammate, but more importantly, his opponent's last stock for the win.
That was incredible recognition off stage that was just saying, hey, I have a stock lead, you do not. I am totally okay with giving this up if it means that I can completely take you out of this game. That was a beautiful game. MegD and Raydish, they are on fire today, and I can't wait to see how they do in top 4.
And they're just hugging it out there at the end of that matchup because Wess definitely a fantastic competitor there. Yeah, it's going to be fun seeing how Raydish and MegD do in top 4. They're definitely a team that I was looking at, especially after the Autumn Championship, where I was like, I think they might actually have the best doubles game plan.